Checkmate. What Trump just exposed spells doom for Mueller's team of corruption. By US4Trump.com. President Trump came out swinging Tuesday morning, blasting the swamp who tried diligently to frame and take him down. The president and the American people know exactly what happened. The cards are falling into place as the swamp rats are being exposed and will be brought to justice. President Trump expressed his frustration with the witch hunt Tuesday morning, sharply criticizing former FBI agent Peter Strzok, Attorney General Jeff Sessions, and twice demoted DOJ employee Bruce Ohr. The president began his beatdown quoting patriot Tom Fitton, president of Judicial Watch, who stated Strzok and others should be criminally investigated for their handling of the phony Trump-Russia investigation. Fitton said Monday on Outnumbered Over Time that the firing of former FBI agent Peter Strzok was long overdue. Let's look at Trump's tweets first. Tom Fitton of Judicial Watch. The Strzok firing is as much about the Mueller operation as anything else. There would be no Mueller special counsel to investigate so-called collusion, but for the machinations of Strzok and his colleagues at the top levels of the FBI. We know this guy was corrupt and had anti-Trump animus. Strzok and others at the FBI should be criminally investigated for the way they conducted this investigation. Instead, Mueller is pretending nothing went wrong. He used Strzok, he used the Clinton DNC dossier, the whole thing should be shut down. The Strzok firing shows that the fundamental underpinnings of the investigation were corrupt. It should be shut down by the courts or by honest prosecutors. Thank you, Judicial Watch. I couldn't have said it better myself. Bruce Ohr, the Justice Department, can you believe he is still there? Is accused of helping disgraced Christopher Steele find dirt on Trump. Ohr's wife, Nellie, was in on the act big time, worked for Fusion GPS on fake dossier. Fox and Friends. They were all in on it. Clearly Hillary Clinton, and framed Donald Trump for things he didn't do. Greg Jarrett on Fox and Friends. If we had a real attorney general, this witch hunt would never have been started. Looking at the wrong people. Fired FBI agent Peter Strzok is a fraud, and as is the rigged investigation he started. There was no collusion or obstruction with Russia, and everybody, including the Democrats, know it. The only collusion and obstruction was by crooked Hillary, the Democrats, and the DNC. Strzok started the illegal rigged witch hunt. Why isn't this so-called probe ended immediately? Why aren't these angry and conflicted Democrats instead looking at crooked Hillary? My sentiments exactly. Lou Dobbs, this cannot go forward, the special counsel, with all of his conflicts with his 17 angry Democrats without any evidence of collusion by the Trump campaign in Russia. The Dems are the ones who should be investigated. Thank you, Lou. Lou, so true. So let's take a quick listen. Tom Fitton on Strzok's firing, body blow to Mueller probe. Absolutely. What are we carrying on this farce of an investigation
For more on this, let's bring in the president of Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton. His organization has played a leading role in requesting documents related to Peter Strzok's role in the Russia investigation. Let me straight off the bat get your take to his being officially fired a short time ago.
Well, it's long overdue, and it's a body blow to the Mueller investigation. Strzok is an architect of the Russia collusion theory, which we know is fraudulently based, and there'd be no Mueller investigation without Peter Strzok. He was instrumental as the lead investigator. He certainly was behind the collusion with Fusion GPS, the FISA court documents. All of that is a senior official in the FBI. And the IG concluded that maybe some of his activity was impacted by his animus to President Trump or then candidate Trump. He should have been nowhere near either the Clinton or the Trump investigations. And the president tweeted, "We got to reopen the Clinton investigation because of people like Peter Strzok. And frankly, we need to shut down the Mueller operation because it's been corruptly formed and with people like Peter Strzok at its center.
You know, you're the guy that always gets all the documents that people can't get. You heard Brett Baer before you, and he was talking about how, you know, word is that Lisa Page's testimony did not match up with what Peter Strzok said. Have you heard that, and how do you eventually get access to that?
Well, you know, it's up to Congress to release that testimony. Congress isn't subject to the Freedom of Information Act, and that's why we have to sue in court the agencies directly to get some of the documents Congress has looked at privately but won't release publicly, or in the case of testimony, won't release publicly. So Page's testimony needs to be publicized as quickly as it can so that we have fuller information. You know, we're right now battling the FBI for the text messages of Andrew McCabe, the number 2 at the FBI who was corruptly fired. And when you look back at the FBI and the Department of Justice during the Obama administration, you've had Comey fired for misconduct, Andrew McCabe fired for misconduct, Strzok fired for misconduct, Lisa Page demoted, all of whom had a hand in this Russia investigation that Mueller's now running with.
Yeah.
Mr. Mueller needs to be questioned, frankly, about how he used Mr. Strzok and why he was let go, and no one was told about it for 4 months, the reasons behind his being let go, namely his anti-Trump animus as uncovered by the IG and the text messages.
So
unbelievable.
Yeah, you brought up a good point. I know that you've been behind trying to get those text messages related to Andrew McCabe and his wife Jill McCabe and her 2015 run for state senate, in which she took money from, quote, Hillary people. Why is it that you want to see those texts? Because do you expect to see some sort of quid pro quo in there, or what do you think is in there?
Well, we are asking for text messages on behalf of a retired FBI agent, Jeffrey Danek, about the Clinton email investigation. We suspect he was texting Andrew McCabe, like Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, about the Clinton email investigation, and we suspect there's going to be some interesting material there. And certainly now the FBI has told us they don't want to even look at those text messages, let alone turn them over to us. This is just typical of what's going on at the Justice Department and FBI. They don't think they answer to Congress, they don't answer to the president, and they don't answer to the rule of law.
Yeah.
And we hope the courts intervene to get us the messages. And the president tweeted over the weekend in a way that suggests he might intervene to get these text messages public. That would be good too.
Real quick, we only have a couple seconds. Who is this new retired FBI agent that you're talking about? How did you get onto him, and what do you think the connection is?
Well, Jeffrey Danek is a retired supervisory FBI agent who we represent, who would ask for the text messages of Andrew McCabe. He had experience in record retention policies at the FBI. He suspected they'd be text messages, so we asked specifically for them, and we've been getting the runaround for almost a year from the FBI on them. Why are they sitting on the text messages of this corrupt FBI agent? And you can bet, because they know they're just like Lisa Page and Peter Strzok's text messages, they blow it wide open, certainly with respect to the Clinton email cover-up.
Interesting. Tom Fitton, thank you for coming on and staying on the story. We appreciate it.
You know, it's like they're an entity all their own. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's really ridiculous at this point. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You know, but again, Congress is compromised. A lot of people have been compromised. They made sure. See, Hillary Clinton and Obama made sure they had dirt on everybody so they wouldn't be exposed. So you see what I'm saying? So they wouldn't be exposed. They hold something over each individual that is responsible for these things, something over their heads for them not to react, you know, to want answers, because they say, you make a move, we're going to expose everything that you did. And, you know, they probably have dirt on everybody. Nobody's 100%, you know. So, but, you know, I'm still back to those IT workers for in Congress. You see, they had access. And that's what I'm saying, that it all, that's why they're arrogant. That's why they're arrogant, where Strzok was arrogant. He got fired, but yet again, it's not enough. Let's see some prosecutions. But their hands are tied because a lot of them are compromised. That's why we're not getting to the real good parts, so to speak. That's why it's taking so long. Otherwise, this would have never taken place. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.